guys, welcome back to Hear Our Voices. This is your host, Khadija D. This is a podcast where we tell stories, give resources, and change the narrative of homelessness. Let me get some housekeeping out the way. So, as you may know, we are trying to grow on the social media platforms. It's hard, especially for a small group like this, and we have a small team that we're working with. But we're asking you to follow us on our social media platforms. You might be hearing this on YouTube, on Spotify, on TikTok. These are the places, but we are on Instagram that is giving out information and resources and people's stories. We have to bring more voices to this topic to make sure that they hear us and that what we want to, this change we want to see, we will see in the future. This is Charisma Part 2, and thank you for coming. And definitely check out our other episodes. Bye. Really is. And people have a lot to say about New York City. They say we're mean. They say we don't, they say a lot of we dirty, we got rats. But we got healthcare though. That rat
Yeah.
body, we got healthcare.
If you get bit by that rat, you gonna
Right.
be able to go get your tetanus shot.
Exactly. But it's a rabies. It'll be a rabies shot, I think, not tetanus. That's for like metal. I don't remember. I'm not
Oh.
a doctor. I didn't go to school for that. I went to school for theater arts. That's why I'm here. But it's just like it's a lot of disconnect and it's a lot of things that we need work on. Like I said, New York City is not perfect. It really isn't. But we do have shelters for a lot of different categories, more than I would like it to have. But we do have it, and we have a system that's broken. Um, and we have a lot of things we need help in. And accountability, like was said before, is definitely one. And we need to hopefully in the next couple of years. I know right now we're struggling, people. I know. But I want to believe that the funny thing for me about it is that New York City, we are losing some funding, not gonna lie. But compared to other states, and I think this is why we have so much resources though, is that we fund a lot of stuff ourselves compared to I'm not saying we're not getting no federal money. That'd be a lie. We do we get federal money, but a lot of times we fund a lot of stuff ourselves. It might be easier because we have a big population, so all the taxes are going back into itself in a way.
Mm.
But a lot of stuff we do fund by ourselves, and if they try to find ways to kind of maneuver it, some money, gets stolen. Also, that's a different story for a different day, and not for this podcast. But that and some of our money goes to places we don't want it to go, and we're like, I'm confused why it's there.
That's true. The
So
president is having a whole ball of us and our money someplace else.
right. So it's like it's a lot of issues, but we have a lot of broken pieces. We really do. And we want
But
to resolve.
together we can fix those broken
We can.
pieces.
We have to come together. I think that's another thing. We think that, oh, this is not happening to me. It's not affecting me until your house burned down, you homeless. Oh, I
Exactly.
need help. Oh, another hurricane come. I need help. I can't afford it because you were going paycheck to
Or
paycheck.
the rent's going up again.
Exactly. You were going paycheck to paycheck this whole time. And because you weren't homeless, you thought, oh my God, I'm great. I'm loosey goosey and it's great. I'm amazing.
I
But
know till
God,
you have to pay $10 for a box of cereal.
exactly. Like, literally, back in my day, cereal was
Hey, there's somebody in my house that loves cereal.
it's like it's so many people don't think it's them until it happens to them. Don't wait till it happens to you. Join in the fight now and use your voice now. So if it does happen to you in the future, first of all, know where to go. 'Cause a lot of times when people have to go to shelter, they're trying to figure out what to do, where to go. You'll know all the information before it happens to you. So you'll be better suited up compared to a lot of people who go into the system. So you'll actually know what to do. That's
Yes,
number one. And you'll know well how to do everything, and also you would know that you are the person who got to change certain things, and when you see it implemented in the shelters you'd be like, oh, I help with that, and that the kind of the path
yes,
forward to go, and then that could be a way. But don't say, oh, it's not happening to me so it doesn't matter. It could happen to anybody. If you're not part of that 1%, it might happen to you. You might be
that's a
good one
fact.
day and not good the other
I'm
day.
a voucher holder and was in the shelter for 5 years with my voucher.
Right.
So I know people always talk about all that. I ain't got nothing to do with this. I ain't got nothing to do. We got something to do with everything that has to do with our community.
You'd be very surprised how much college graduates are in shelter or went to shelter. You'd be
That's a fact.
surprised how much city workers have been to shelter or been like You'd be surprised the person next
People
to
that work in that shelter be in
you.
shelter.
Exactly. People all around you are part of that population. And I call them the unseen because shelter makes you unsee, not see what people really are. Like people think of homelessness as the people on the street. Our population of homelessness is way bigger than that. I promise you. You think we have a problem now? If you look at every shelter in a New York City, not even New York State, or New York City shelter system, families is a lot of people. That's not only one person. It's a family. That means it has more than two people, more than one
Yeah.
person in that group, right?
Yep.
More than one person. Then they have single men and women. Then we have youth. Then we have the DV section, right?
Yep.
That's a lot of people who are a lot of times unseen because they are housed in a building that our tax money is going for. If it's DHS shelters, right? We're not
I
seeing
mean,
that.
then we have kids that think they too grown for the britches, and they get put out, or their parents don't want to deal with it.
The
They
youth
out here
are there.
too.
Exactly. The youth are there. So we have a lot of things that people don't think of, like as I said before, unseen homelessness. You might not see them, you might not hear them as much because they're housed, but not really housed in a building that your tax money is technically going towards, right?
Not for nothing. It's
Right.
people working in nature, sneaking to sleep in the basement,
I'm not surprised.
and they work for nature. And you can't get an apartment from nature, the place where you work at.
Right. Like something is disconnecting there. Like to me, that doesn't make sense. If you work for NYCHA and you don't have a place to stay in, that's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. That's like a
Super
super worker
crazy.
for like a super worker for a building and they can't get a room in the building. That don't make no sense. How am I homeless
Mm-mm.
when I'm working? Like we have so much faults, and other countries out there are doing it so well. I want to one day, if whoever's listening to this, if you want to take me to like Switzerland, I think they're doing something good over there, and other countries was doing this right, who's really making a change, and they don't have no homelessness. I want to go there and I want to learn, and I know everything what another country does is not going to help
I
America,
heard Alaska is doing great with it.
and that's America. So I don't even gotta go far. I love Alaska too. I always want to go to Alaska
I
too.
heard they got a plan and they've been doing it. And Arkansas, I heard Arkansas had a plan too, and they've been building on it.
So we need to come together. We need to all talk. We need to get something what works for our city because honestly, again, most cities in America are not as big as New York. I'm not saying big as like the land. I mean the amount of people that
Yeah, the people.
a lot.
We have an abundance or
That's the thing.
overcrowding of people here.
Right. And that's documented and undocumented of it. A lot of people are living here. I'm not saying undocumented, like, they don't have papers. I mean, the people be living in nice apartments. They're not documented living there, but they live there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So you just never know who, even though they do the census, yeah, people not all telling the truth. Let's be honest.
that's a fact. I've
It's not
worked census.
the
I've
truth.
worked census. I've worked regular census and housing census.
Right.
Anything having to do with those two things, I work them. I do all civil servant jobs. I work elections. I work anything that has to do with surveying about homelessness, the shadow count and hope count. I do all of that stuff. We need to pin down on where the flaws are so we could go directly to those, fix those issues first, and then all the other issues will be just a smooth out.
That's it is. I think that's what's another problem too. The city has to come as a collective to fix one problem at a time. We all in silos
Yes.
trying to fix sometimes the same thing or different things. And you can't fix when you're doing something, you can't fix everything all at once because it's not you're not gonna know what's working and what's not working. We need to all come together, fix one problem at a time, and then
And then
go
we
down.
we don't we can't have people pushing back. Like we all on this side and the mayor is on that side. That
Right.
don't make no sense.
It don't make no sense. It doesn't make sense.
And
You all
then
have to be on the
the
same
mayor
side.
be all on that side and a couple of people with him, and then everybody else on this side. We got to come together. And the mayor has to understand that he has to work for the people, not the people have to work for him.
Exactly. And I want to say it's not only this mayor, I mean any mayor who comes in or who's like in general, that position is a civil servant. Like, you work for the people.
Yes.
No matter who comes in, I'm not behind anybody. I'm probably not even, I do stuff there. So I'm gonna, whoever's there, I help you on if you need the help. If you want the
Mhm.
help. You have to be your mind has to be open to whatever it is. I don't care who's in that position. I just want to make sure that you're working for the people of New York City and that you are making a difference in people's lives. Because this is not a game board. It really isn't. It's the people actual lives. They're not
Yes.
on a spreadsheet. These are lives of people, and these are people who have families, and people don't really understand. A lot of times why a lot of stuff in New York City happen, even though I know we have mental health, we have this and that. Sometimes people can be fine and one thing ruins their day or whatever, and their mental health is out of whack. So you actually are affecting the people more than you're supposed to be affecting them. Yeah, people have these mental health, but some things drive people to these things to go worse. They're gonna have higher depression, higher this because of the things that's happening around them. Some things can be avoided if we just work together as a community to really make differences for people. Like, people don't realize that things can be changed to make it life better for all, not just one person. But yeah, we need to make a change. You got to be a voice. You got to do something. Even if you don't want to be a face, like, right now we're just doing a podcast. There's no faces involved. I'm working on it, people. But you can be a voice. You could be a person who takes this information, and if you are a person who is in the sector, see what you could do to your boss. See what little nudges,
Yes.
every
Yes.
corner can be able to help the masses. You know what I'm saying? And something small
Yes.
can make something big. So, yes,
Yes, I'm a big supporter of that. If you work in a space and you see clients come in all the time and say it's not working, please be the voice to tell your boss, um, I think we should maybe probably try to make some changes. It's not working out really well for the clients.
exactly. Be the voice. Be the change that you want to see. To be honest, a lot of
Yes.
times we see the problem that we just talk about it. Yeah, granted, I talk a lot of stuff, but I
Just
also
like
talk
I
about the
tell
reality.
women, raise the men that you want to date.
That's definitely for sure. Definitely for sure. But yes, do you have any last words for the people, Charisma?
Um, my last words is that um I would like to see everyone pen down on some kind of results and reform for our housing because our children are the ones that will suffer. I
Right.
lost my son because inadequate, inadequate housing and the way they handled my case. And they just wanted to shove us around in systems instead of keeping us whole and housed. Housing is your first step to a great life.
Right.
Not working, not getting a job, not doing this, all these programs they want to put us through. Get me an apartment and then step back and see what I could do.
Right. But yes, guys, thank you for being amazing audience members. If you want to be a part of the podcast and would like to give your opinion on what's going on in the system of New York City, if you want to give your opinion on homelessness anywhere in America, to be honest, we would love to have you on. And if you're a person who's they're a change maker, we'll definitely love to have you on to hear what your changes are being made and how you're making a difference in society at this point, and to hear what you are working on. Before I even say that, Charisma, tell us some of the projects you're actually working on right now and what you would like to people to know about.
Right now, we have a survey and the COC will be going street canvassing to shelters, drop-in centers, soup kitchens, um, COC sheltering, just to see like what services people are missing. Maybe we can lend a helping hand to the COC on what they're skipping over. And I also am working on another campaign within the Urban Pathways. This is supportive housing. Um, we we have a campaign on the Homeless Protection Act. I'm looking forward to that. And we have another campaign. Um, what was it? Khadijah.
For safety net.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like we're trying to figure out what's going on with that. But
Well, right now we have the No Sweeps
yeah, we have
campaign.
that. We do have that. If you don't know what that is, it's basically a law was passed last year that people can't do basically, I want to say homeless camping kind of thing and similar.
Hmm.
And they passed a law like you can get arrested. I feel like New York City, I feel like I'm not doing it as much compared to other states, but they don't want people camping basically. That's in a nutshell what it is. And if
Well, actually, you don't even got to be camping. You could be on the train sleeping, and
yeah.
I've seen it. They come by, kick you out, get up, and I've got approached once or twice,
Oh,
and I'm
really?
not homeless.
I'm always sleeping on the train. Guys, don't if you're gonna tap me on my shoulder, don't just come next to me though, right? Shout out to the lady I saw the other day. Well, she saw me going in Manhattan. Thank you for saying hi. Thank you for supporting. Um, but I'm always sleeping on the train and the buses. That never happened to me, but I can see it happening to somebody.
Uh-huh.
Look like they think you're homeless or they think a homeless
Yeah.
person should look like. They can also try to arrest. Is a whole thing. And a lot of people in these seats lose all their stuff. They lose social security numbers, all these things. People, the sad part about people just cannot live in apartments or they can't afford to live in apartments or they can't find the proper resources to help them. Instead of helping them, they're hurting them by taking their stuff away, their livelihood. Imagine I'm a slight hoarder. I'm not to the point that I need to be on a TV show, but I can't imagine I had a teddy bear. I have things from when I was like 30 something years ago. I can imagine I hold on to things like I have everything I have, I think just have value to me.
Yeah.
And I
I can imagine losing all your possessions,
imagine
right?
losing this possession because you didn't have nowhere to put it. That's heartbreaking.
Yes.
So I can like they don't think I think they don't think about how this also can make a person who does have a mental disability, and how that can make them
More agitated.
exactly. They're not thinking about the whole person and what this is actually doing and think about if they were in that position. If your daughter had a nice little picture and God forbid your daughter had died and that's the only thing you have of your child and that person threw it away, boy, the whole New York City would like it's just people don't think about put yourself in that position, put yourself in that scenario. I know the podcast is not about this, but I'm just saying, think about these things. So that's a little bit of what the campaign is about to stop the sweeps. If you don't know, we just want to tell you names and you don't understand what's happening. But yes, that's a little bit of
And we have another campaign at Neighbors Together. It's source of income
discrimination.
discrimination. We want to increase some of the fines. We want them to go by portfolio. How many? Because a lot of these property owners they own multiple properties that they
They
are not
do.
taking care of.
Right. It's true.
And also at Neighbors Together, we are pushing for social housing.
Okay. Explain what social housing is about.
It's since they plan on taking away NYCHA from people, I know y'all heard the demolitions that's supposed to be going into progress. Um, so they want to dismantle public housing. I foreseen this a couple of years ago that's what they was trying to do when they was like privatizing a lot of the public housing, the nature.
Right.
And I couldn't get an apartment in nature. I'm like, wait a minute, hold up. I got a great voucher. Well, how can I get an apartment in nature? So they want to dismantle NYCHA and we want to build up another housing project, maybe that be more better for the people. It's called social housing. You don't have to move out within a certain amount of years or whatever. You can live there as long as you want to live in it.
Okay.
And, and it goes by income, affordability. Your rent will not be over what you can pay. And if need be, if you need to pass it down to children or family members, that should be able to be done.
Okay.
And we want the buildings to mirror the ones that they have as supposedly luxury housing. We want community centers on the bottom of these apartments. We want um maybe bowling alleys, movie theaters, supermarkets, playgrounds. We want everything as you would be living in a community.
Right.
So I suggest people check it out. I'm all up involved in it.
Okay. They have something similar to that downtown Brooklyn near the Barclay. I'm not sure if the project is finished yet. And I believe they're gonna build a school up on the block or downstairs from the building.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody was telling me about. That was like late last year or early this year.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's kind of the same thing, similar to that. But that sounds cool. And also tell us about your nonprofit that you have, also, Charisma.
Yes, I do have a nonprofit organization. Right now, I'm in the process of building my board. I'm looking for maybe two or three male members and maybe two male board members. We need more men in the spaces fighting for our housing and our rights also.
Right.
The women can't always be the leader of the house, but then y'all telling us be quiet.
Right. But yes, thank you again for coming on, Charisma, and thank you for sharing your life and sharing what you do and how you're a voice to the people. And yes, please follow us on social media. We definitely need your help. You can follow me on social media. Also, I'm always posting. Well, I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been slowing down, but I'm going back to school, guys, for little class, for the community. We'll see how that works out, and I'm just gonna be doing some other endeavors with that soon too. I would try to get him probably another degree, but we'll see how that works out next year. With everything going on for grad school, I'm not sure if that's gonna happen because I want free education because I already owe money to it was Sally Mae, now it's Navient and no, it was Navient, and then it was um some aid advantage. I don't know. They just passing it around like a baby. But that's what's going on right now. But yes, if you want to follow me on social media, you can. I'm always available. If you want to DM me, I'm always available. I usually go to sleep late. I know it's not healthy. If I miss you, I get up very early for my daughter for school. If I miss your DM, I would definitely get to you the next morning. I'm always on social media, so it's very hard for me to go a week without seeing your information. It goes straight to my phone. If you see me on the street, do like that lady did, say hi, and I'll say hi back. So if you're gonna talk, we can. If I'm in a rush, I probably can't talk to you. Maybe another time, but definitely I'm here for you, and I want to be the voice for you if you can't be the voice for yourself. And I know it's not an easy job to do. A lot of times, when you're a person with lived experience, you got to think about what happened to you, and you have to heal from that. But also sometimes, even when you thought you're healed, you're not. Sometimes the scab gets rough a little bit, and it's like you almost start bleeding out again from the wounds that you was happening to you in that predicament that you were in before. So it's not easy for us. I know we talk about it a lot of times, but to go back to the place that you were homeless and think about, even for me as a parent, I think it's just very hard. I made my daughter be born homeless. I don't feel good about that. That's nothing I feel good about, and I'm not happy that happened. But everything I believe in life happens for a reason, and because of that, I am the positions I am in, and a lot of doors were open because it happened for me, and I'm changing the way people see people who are homeless and think about homelessness. So I'm happy to do that, and I'm being the change that I would like to see for my community. So yes, guys, I talk to you next time. Talk to me on social media. Love you guys. Bye.